Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Today is February 9th, 2026. I'm Jonathan Hackett, residential real estate broker here in the Durham region, giving you guys a monthly market update video. So I look at a couple different statistics. I like to look at how these statistics are performing on a month over month and year over year basis. The purpose of this video is to give you a good idea and a good snapshot on what is really happening in the Durham region real estate marketplace. So a couple things I want to go over today. I want to let you know what happened with the Bank of Canada. I want to read to you a piece from the Central Lakes Association of Realtors, also known as CLAR, how we like to call them, and then go into an analytics report, go over a couple different key figures with you, and that'll give us a good idea of what's happened, where we're at now, and then I want to share with you what I'm seeing in the overall marketplace. Okay, so I'm just going to make myself smaller here. Okay, so the policy interest rate chart here from the Bank of Canada. So their last announcement was on January 28th. Their target rate, they remain unchanged at 2.25%. No change there to the policy rate since October, where they decreased it about 25 basis points. So I think this is going to be the norm for the next little bit. Just reading different analyst reports and speaking with different analysts, it sounds like unless something happens between now and the next announcement, it sounds like this 2.25% will be here for the foreseeable future anyway. Okay. So this report came out on February 3rd. Again, this is from CLAR, short form, easier. So I'm just going to read this little piece for you guys. And what I would say, because this came out February 3rd, and today, when I'm making this video, it's February 9th. A lot of these figures here, a lot of these numbers they're different now because the market's always changing. It's always updating. Sold data that's happened in January is now being reflected, and that's changing the numbers a little bit, which we will see when we go into the actual analytics report here. Okay, but just jumping back, so I'm just going to read this to you, and I'm going to dissect it as well. So the Durham region recorded 382 home sales in January, down from 455 in December, reflecting the typical seasonal slowdown at the start of the year. So yes, that is very typical. That is very common where January and February are slower, transaction volumes down, and then it begins to start to pick back up when we head into the March timeline-ish. The average selling price eased 2.7% on a month-over-month basis to $821,410. Okay, while remaining lower than January 2025's average of $896,611. So, yes, average sale price right now, roughly $821,000. This time last year, it was $896,000. So we saw roughly about a $75,000 decrease, which I think works out to be roughly 9%. New listings totaled 1,085, down 10.6% year over year. So fewer listings coming to the market, while active listings increased to 1,480, providing buyers with more choice. That is very accurate right now. Buyers have more opportunities. Buyers are being pickier. Buyers understand what position they're in. Homes spent on average 39 days in the market, up from 30 days last year, underscoring, this is very important, I stress this all the time, underscoring the importance of strategic pricing and professional guidance in today's evolving market. Okay? So just to break that apart, because properties are taking longer to sell, because buyers have more choice and buyers are pickier, it is very important for you as a seller to ensure that you price your property correctly, you work with a realtor that knows what they're doing, and you ensure that your property looks exceptional, presents very well. That way it stands out relative to what the competition is doing. Because at the end of the day, we want to get people into your door, not the competitor's door. Okay? So just reading this as a quick summary, I mean, very, very insightful on what's happening out there. Really what happens this time of the year, and I know buyers have more choice. And what I would say is what I'm currently experiencing in the market is because the new listings are down so much and because active inventory is down, what we see out there is we see a lot of motivated buyers that are aggressively looking for a property. Because inventory is tight, because we're seeing the policy rate remain the same, because we're seeing mortgage rates that are affordable again, and they're not really fluctuating too much. Buyers they're aggressive, like they're out there, they're actively looking. So I've seen really in the past couple weeks now, a few different properties that are receiving multiple offers again. Now we're not seeing prices, sell grossly above asking price or anything like we did in 2021, 2022. But it's just showing that because of tight inventory, because buyers have the power right now, and because buyers are actively looking, we're seeing a lot more competition right now as well. Which with that, because inventory is tight and people are out there buying and scooping up the available homes, the limited available amount of homes, I think once I do this video next month, my prediction is that this average days on market is going to drop because homes are going quick. If they're priced properly, they're going quick. If they show properly, they're going quick. That's why in today's slower market, it's very, very important. Okay. So a couple things to go through very quickly. Just going to run through them, and then I want to share with you a couple different talking points and what I'm seeing in the marketplace right now. So average price, again, because this is a live report and this came out February 3rd, the numbers are a little different. So average selling price, $822,000. Yeah, there you go. It's down about 9.2% on a year-over-year basis. So average selling price in Durham for everything, so condos, townhouses, detached, farms, vacant land, all of it combined for all of Durham Region, all the different cities in the Durham Region. The average selling price last year was $905,000, so we're down about 9.2%. Transaction volume, down about 10.3% compared to December. And then year over year, we're down about 18%. Okay. Average selling price compared to list price. Right now, we're sitting about 98%, not bad. And then this time last year, it was over 100%. So properties were actually selling more than the list price for January of 2025. Okay. So that overall is down about 2.6%. And the average days on market. So, this report says 41. Properties on average are taking 41 days to sell, which is a 34% increase from this time last year. Again, just over a month right now for a property to sell. Not terrible, but again, if properties aren't priced true to what the market is showing, they're going to sit. And when they sit, these properties that have been on the market for 90, 100 days, 4 months, 5 months, without any terminations and then relisting at lower prices, they skew the data, and that's what causes the average days of market to actually go up so much. And that's why we've seen that such a drastic increase there. But, again, price correctly, show correctly, there's no reason why a property shouldn't sell below that average days of market. Okay. So if you want me to dive into this in greater detail and break this down for you, based on different towns and cities within Durham or even Northumberland or wherever you may live, wherever you want data for, can definitely provide that for you. And even if it's like a specific type of property, like if you're watching detached properties or condos, I can do that for you as well. So just enough of the analytics there and the numbers, but just one thing I've had numerous talks with prospects and clients about this. A lot of people, the public perception of the market right now is that it's bad. Okay. But it can be bad, but it depends on who you are and what your unique situation is, right? Like if you're a buyer looking to get into the market, first time buyer, I mean, property prices are down over 9% year over year. Like this is the best time I've seen in the past really 6 years for first time buyers to be able to get into the market, right? But the common one is sellers who are looking to downsize and make some sort of lateral move. Sellers who are downsizing or making a lateral move, such as an upgrade or whatever their unique situation is. I always say, unless you're grossly underwater on your mortgage, if you've been in your house for 20, 25, 30 years, okay, there's a very, very good probability that you have built up quite a significant amount of equity with quite a significant amount of equity, that was hard to get out, in your home, okay? So if you're buying and selling and transacting within the same market, prices are all relative, okay? If you own that 4-bedroom detached property in Whitby that was once selling for, again, arbitrarily speaking, $1.2 million, but now it's worth $950. Well, guess what? Whatever that math works out to be, your property prices come down 20%. I don't know. I'm not going to do the calculation. But if your property prices come down 20% and you're looking to get into a condo townhouse or a condo apartment, guess what? Those properties also came down 20%. And if you're looking to get into a condo, if you don't know the situation with the condo market right now, it's bad. Condo prices have dropped quite a bit. So there may be a strategic advantage for you if you are downsizing or making a lateral move, depending on your unique situation, which is why it's always important to get professional guidance in today's evolving market. Okay? There's a lot of moving parts. The market is always constantly changing. If you feel like this video was helpful for you and you want to dive in on a deeper basis and have a conversation to figure out what your unique situation is, and maybe you're looking to navigate this market right now and you're stuck in mud, you have no idea what to do, let's chat. No obligation. I'd be more than happy to help you out. Go through these numbers, go through your situation, and just form a basis and form a plan for you. So hopefully this video was helpful. I try to make them really quick, but here we are, 12 and a half minutes. Wow. If you have any questions or you need anything at all, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm always happy to help. And have a good February, everybody. I'll check back in March. Take care.